Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. How are we doing today, you guys? Hope we're doing good. I don't know about you guys, but today feels like it should be Friday to me, so it's like quite disappointing that it's not. But if it wasn't, or if it was, then we wouldn't be playing Danganronpa 2 today. Although, I have to admit, I do want to play this game, but I am still processing and I am still traumatized. And, you know, playing today is having to acknowledge the fact that our edgelord, our king, is no longer with us. Not only that, but he was killed so brutally. And I don't know, I don't know if I can cope with everything that has happened here. So I don't know. We're gonna have to try our best, to keep a brave face and get through this investigation and then the trial. I've been thinking about it, and I still feel like very firm about my belief that Sonia is the big baddie. I do. I'm leaning fully. I'm committing to my Sonia theory. And it certainly doesn't help her case that she was unaccounted for while everything went down. Or at least for part of it. She was being very sus surrounding the events. She's quite sus in general, So I'm fully leaning into that theory. She is my primary suspect. And we're just gonna see what happens. I also have a little bit of an announcement for you guys because I realized I didn't mention it. But this is more for next week. Sorry, Fifi's being really... I put like a blanket off to the side because it got a little bit cold here. Like it's cooled off a bit, unfortunately. So I put a blankie off to the side in case I needed it, in case I get cold. But she's like burrowing into it. Hi, Peepers. Hi, sweetheart. You can use it for now if you want. Yeah, go ahead. She will. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, small announcement. Next week's schedule is going to be a little bit weird because Roxy, my bestie of all besties, and Little Green Bestie are visiting me this weekend, and they're going to be here on Monday as well, so I won't be streaming on Monday next week. However, whoa. Did you knock my blankie over? Peepers! Put it back on the bed for you. There you go. She said, no, I meant for it to be on the floor. Sorry, Peepers. I also shocked her. My bad, baby. I didn't mean to shock ya. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm not going to be streaming on Monday. However, it just so happens that Ulti messaged me today, and oh wait, that's next Friday. Oh wait, yeah, next Friday, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. No, but anyway, Ulti messaged me and asked if I wanted to participate in a repo collab and like next Friday. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I think, assuming like everything stays the way it is with that, I think I'm going to stream on Friday to make up for not streaming on Monday, and we're gonna be doing a fun repo collab. I've been dying to play that game, so yeah, that's kind of the plan for next week. So we'll have one Zero Escape stream on Tuesday, obviously our Danganronpa Thursday, and then a repo collab on Friday. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll also post about it in my Discord, of course, but that's kind of what we got going on. And yeah, without further ado, I say let's just jump in because I'm trying to get as much done today as possible. Depending on how things play out, like if the investigation ends up taking me a really long time, I might just cut stream kind of early because I do still have some stuff I need to prepare before Roxy and Little Green Bestie coming over. Gotta clean and all that good stuff. But if it doesn't take that long, then we'll start the trial and just kind of end whenever we find a decent spot to end if we don't make it to the intermission. So we're just gonna kind of see, we're gonna play it, see how things fall, you know, how things end up. But okay. Let's hop in. I'm not ready for this. Why does this Monokuma have blood on it? Oh, there's blood up there too. Interesting. Things are already very interesting. Oh, we shimmy here too. That's nice. The music, wow. Has it always been this music, or is this like a special amped up version? Oh, I guess these are the bottles we threw. Anyways, I'm trying to decide if I think, just because I think Sonia is like the big baddie, you know, I don't know if I necessarily think she's the culprit of this. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same person. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to see, I guess, what kind of evidence we get. It's a case of splattered Nagito everywhere. Don't remind me. That's why I have sad octopus on my head today, because we are mourning. We are mourning our edgelord, our emo king. He wasn't always an emo king, but he became one. Ever since he started bullying me, I fell in love, and you know, he's gone too soon now. So, yeah, it is special music. Okay, that's what I thought. Sounds great. I guess let's start. Let's do this. Investigation theme previous chapters was homicide. This is, oh, I always forget that it shows up here, the song name. Hi, Slark. Thank you for getting your daily mint. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. Let's check out this Monokuma plushie. This is interesting. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. Also, guys, let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. My sound system's being weird, and also I have to like change between games, and I just picked a level that looked like it was probably okay, but I can't tell if it's too quiet or not. Just let me know. Y'all know I can never tell if my sound is right. I don't fucking know. You'll have to make a 180 with your streams going forward. 180? Should start streaming as I wake up. Oh, what time would that be for me, I wonder? All right, no response. He's dead, Jim. What the fuck? Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. Like in 8 hours? Oh, so like the middle of the night. Maybe one day, maybe one day. Certainly not on a weeknight though. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. Damn. Perfect time for spooky streams. You know what? You are so right about that. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. Damn, Monomi. She getting a little crazy. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Okay. Looks like those annoyances are gone. Thank goodness. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? Yeah, I feel like probably. I have no idea how this connects to the incident. All right, Monokuma plushie. Fire grenade. I'm not a crime investigator, but that's no stab hole. Or knife wound, at least. It looks like the big spear that went through Nagito. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... Yeah. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. You'll have to sleep on that statement? All right, I'll let you cook on it. Hi, Reno. How's it going? I hope you're doing good today. Hope you're having a lovely day. Ooh, a lighter. All right. Oh, it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
It's on.
It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well,
Don't you even say that, Az. You know I didn't do this. You know how I feel about Nagito. How dare you even accuse me? How dare? I am grieving. Okay? I am grieving while being forced to investigate his murder, and you have the audacity to accuse me? Now that's just cold. Now that's just cruel. Okay? That's cruel. You're doing fine. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks so much for popping in. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
which means
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
you are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... Alright. No, I don't want to look at him. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. Stop! We'll never be saved by him again. No. Now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. The facial expression is the worst part because he looked so terrified, and that really hurts my feelings. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. There's a lot. There is a lot about it. Spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
This?
Oh my, what's this? It's a strange looking spear, isn't it? Yeah, ornamental, they said. Like almost something that a princess might have? I don't know. The cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. She set it up on the ceiling so that it would fall and get like max whatever impact. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Oh, is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that now. Now that sounds like something Gundam would say.
Hey!
Hmm. Who's close to Gundam? Or was close to Gundam? By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? Feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. Oh. What? Nezumi Castle?
What the hell?
I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice! Damn you all to hell! I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle... Looks like that part has blood on it too. Yeah. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Makes sense. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Not really. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. Might be better if I can confirm that later. Alright. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of the rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Maybe he like got it free somehow, and then they used the knife to stab. That's why they stabbed his hand down. The knife, oh god, it's serrated too. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? I hear those girls bumping all around. This knife. It must be from the military base. Military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand,
it cannot be
and then they finished him off with a spear.
cruel.
I mean, it is established from Steins Gate that Chinese people often have an obsession with Norse mythology. So yeah, I could totally see Gundam bringing up a spear of Gungnir. Though that's not the first reference to it in the series. Monokuma killed Junko with what he referred to. Oh, did he really? Interesting. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretchy. I have a sody, but I'll drink some water for that one. Ugh. Okay. You know, Sonia sure is talking a lot. Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all?
Right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear. Huh. I don't want to look at his face. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. It's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, oh, it's almost like fingerless gloves, I guess. Here, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each. But how would they get the glove off? You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure. You win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? It couldn't be a glove though, because it's on like, it's still on his like palm. Maybe like a wrap around his hand? I don't know. Very strange. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, but also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it.
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagito. It's almost like they both were in the original game.
Damn it.
Refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Clearly, yes. Clearly. Who did this? I'm telling ya. Sonia is my primary suspect. Okay, I guess I have to look at his face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. Oh god. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey.
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. Damn, you're gonna get cursed. The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case, it's no use. She's not listening. Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well,
The duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito is probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. He tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Yeah, well, I think that it's hard not to, you know, in a situation like this. That's so weird that it looks like there's blood up there, but it's not clickable. No, for real. She's literally just standing there trying to look all cute, and I don't trust her. I don't trust her one bit. I'm added for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's 12:30 p.m. So it also has a clock function. And that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. I know, it always gets me too, Neo. It's so funny. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. It is, isn't it? I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but oh my god, I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen? This rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up! Shut up!
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly without a countdown. With a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Bro, I need you to shut up. Anyway, blood on the top right here. You see that little strip of pink? But it's not like a spot, so I don't really know. That's interesting. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. Oh, did she see it? What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? Oh, yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire. You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
See?
Oh, never mind, she did see it! Yay! Okay, I thought I was going fucking crazy. Can you see that red streak? Huh? I like how they refer to it as red instead of pink. You know, they could have just made it a thing where in this universe, blood is pink. Like, refer to it being pink, I mean. You're right. I definitely see it. Looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. I didn't know that's what that's called. I know, that don't got no red at all. Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Well, it is, so better figure it out. Also, hi, Ixides, how you doing? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. It's an interesting, like, pattern for it, too. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to hear you're doing good as well. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Okay, big cracked theory time, okay? Big cracked theory time. Building on my previous theories. So, you know how I mentioned before that I got the idea that the simulation theory could go like hand in hand with the Sonya theory if the simulation theory is that Chiaki isn't necessarily like the orchestrator of everything, but she's just like an AI that kind of like facilitates and helps with the simulation or whatever, like helps everyone else. And that they maybe the students like I don't know all the details yet. This is very cracked, but maybe the students like discovered that Junko is still alive or something, and knowing like what she's done and things, maybe they created this world or whatever to kind of trap her so that she couldn't actually hurt people. This is if the simulation is true. If the simulation isn't true, then maybe it's just that they like managed to have her memories also wiped in this process to work against her. Anyways, regardless, saying that Sonya is the villain here, she is the one controlling everything. And maybe at some point recently, like she hasn't had her memories, so she wasn't even aware that she's the traitor. She's not aware that she's Junko, yada, yada, yada. But maybe something recently, she discovered something that made her aware. And then she found out that Nagito knows things. So she tied him up, tortured him for that information to like remember who she is. And that's why she ended up killing him. Something along those lines. That's my theory. That would be a reason why she would torture the information out of him. Maybe she discovered who she is, but like doesn't know how to get all her memories back or whatever, you know, something along those lines. She's trying to figure out like who she is and everything that's going on. And she knows that Nagito clearly discovered some information and wanted to get that information out of him. That's my theory. Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. All right, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. Funny enough, that's 2 streams in a row where Girder came up. I referred to the floor locky bits in the air pod room as I-beam and Oh, I remember I-beam. I don't remember girder though. Damn. Crack theory as in cocaine and filled with holes, because that seems pretty out there and I haven't been paying close of attention. Well, if it seems out there, it definitely has a space in Danganronpa, I'll tell you that much. But cracked as in it has a lot of cracks in it. It's not fully substantiated. And it's crazy. It's cracked out, you know? Double meaning, I guess you could say. It is both a crazy, out of this world theory, but also it has a shit ton of cracks in it, and it does not have enough evidence to stand on its own. However, I have a deep feeling in my soul that it's right. I will say, the simulation bit of it might not apply, but I have for a while had the simulation theory going, so we could still make this all work with the simulation theory, I feel. But even if we take out the simulation theory part of it, I do think it's possible that maybe they or someone managed to have, like, finding out that Junko survived or whatever, she's not dead, maybe finding out that she planned to do the killing like game again. They managed to get her memories erased too, so that she wouldn't be able to control things. I don't know. I mean, we're on an island, so maybe it even involves Monami, that Monami was like Monami decided to take away Sonia's memories and wanted everyone to be able to just like live a happy life on the island. Like knowing what Junko was planning to do otherwise. I don't know, something like that. But regardless, Sonia lost her memories. She doesn't realize she's Junko. She doesn't know that she's Junko. But maybe very recently she found something that clued her in on that, and that's why she killed Nagito and tortured him specifically, because she wanted to get information out of him. So if this is a simulation, does that play into your theories about Nagito? About, what do you mean? About like Nagito being Makoto? I mean, if there is a simulation and the goal of the simulation was to trap like Junko in it so that she couldn't hurt people anymore, I definitely think that someone like Makoto would have been involved in that, because obviously he knows Junko, he knows the events of the first, like maybe him and Byakuya kind of like teamed up to work against him. I don't know exactly. And I mean, like in terms of Chiaki, if we believe that Chiaki is like an AI or something like that, which is really the only reason I say that is because of her weird comments. You could argue that someone like, isn't like Kazuichi like an engineer? Like he could probably, you know, there's different people that could have been involved in like creating this, to like entrap Junko in it, basically. I don't know how exactly that then translates to like go from that to everyone else being in it. Like, why wouldn't they just trap Junko alone? You know what I mean? Like, so there's certainly lots of holes in this theory. Don't get me wrong. And the simulation part, I believe in less, but I think it's fun. So I still like including it, especially just with everything that we know about Chiaki. But I do think at the very least, at a base level, I do think that if Sonia is the killer, I think Sonia tortured Nagito because she found out that she's Junko, or found out that something about her past, about her history, and knew that he had information on it and wanted to get that information out of him. Especially if she did remember who she is, because then that would have unlocked her crazy, you know? And Junko definitely would have done some crazy ass shit like that, for sure. So, I don't know. At a base level, I think that is very plausible in terms of like motive and stuff. Also, thank you for getting your daily mint, Ixides. And hi, Kissy. How are you today? It's funny because I thought that Chiaki was an AI or a robot or something too for a long time because of her buffering, as I call it. Yeah, that's true. Like, there's that. There's the fucking looking into the camera. There's the way she said, I hope you like remember me or whatever after you leave this place, or once this is over, however she said it. There's the fact that Monokuma has literally referenced that this place is a game. Like, there's not really solid evidence, but there's a lot of really little sus things that play into that theory that could make it possible. So I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. I do think Sonia killed Nagito though, and I do think it's because she found out some level of the truth and wanted to get information out of him. Anyways, okay, I think we're going to a different area, right? Or like a different part of this warehouse. If I recall, just looking for a Monokuma plushie. I don't see one though. Okay, do I just back out? I think so. It's funny that we thought alike. Well, you know, it makes sense to me. We're just on the same wavelength. Oh, we're just on the same wavelength, bestie. What's this? An MP3 player? The fuck? Hello? This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here? You know, just some good old murder music. Looks like that weird music was playing from there. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? What's that? There are a bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Apparently they contain Monokuma's poetry and photos. The sprinklers completely soaked them. I can't even turn the pages anymore. Well, it's not like I'm missing much. Guess not. There are a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall they should have been neatly put away. Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh? Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. That's not the problem, it'll be fine. There's something blocking the door, I can barely open it. I knew it, it's a trap, seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you to be fine? I just gotta use a little bit more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Sure, that's possible. Why does your head squid look so concerned? Because we're sad, because we're mourning. It's my sad octopus. We're sad, we're upset. We're grieving. Could it be? Was that it? And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. That is really strange. I have no idea what that's all about. Is this just to move forward? Okay, yeah. Just making sure. I don't think we have any other blue items. Just looking for Monokumas. Look how that light reacts. Okay, anyway. It mattered. Oh, we already talked about this. Yeah. Or is everyone's conversations the same here? Like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse, which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes? What is it? I want to talk to you about when the fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is all right, it is not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time? Oh my?
It cannot be.
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch! Oh! Sonia?
I am sorry.
I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. Because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered.
Please listen.
Because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Look at Monami hiding there.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
I see.
She really
So that's why
enunciates,
you're the
doesn't
only
she?
one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
Oh, you can't see Monami. Oh, well, she's, I don't feel like moving my model, but she's just tucked away in the little roots there. She's just peeking. Yeah, it is. But she looks real cute, though. I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
As did Monami as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she looks like. I did, as did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb.
Which means
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. I love his face in that picture. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right. I got it. Sonia's account. All right. All right. I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well,
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
can you hear me?
Hey, you guys! Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene. We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. What is it with Chapter 5 and someone being sent flying by an explosion? Kazuichi there, Toko got the treatment in Danganronpa 1 and got forced into Jack mode. Oh, I don't remember. Gosh, I really need to rewatch the first, like, my playthrough of the first game. It's been so long. I forgot all these, like, small details and different things that happen. Honestly, even just some of the, like, main stuff, I forgot. So we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place? It's okay? It's daijoubu. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Well, I figure let's go ahead to the factory. We're right here. Might as well. Who's in here? Ah. It's you, little sussy-wussy. I'll get to you in a minute. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop, is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know. Went back and looked. I had it backwards. Genocide Jack got thrown by the explosion and forced into Toko mode. Oh, I see. The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside an enormous basket. But it looks like there aren't any clues here. Okay. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Oh, oops, yeah, duh. Is this not a separate thing? Oh. That's an enormous machine, but it's stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. Break room is on the other side of the store. This is where we obtained the fire grenades. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. I've never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. While I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside of a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it? Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? What the hell does that mean? Oh. Stop! There's no bomb! You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is a soft weight of cotton.
I see.
You are right.
However...
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
Well done.
Must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside of one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
That is...
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Hi, Azu. Thank you for getting your daily mint. Hope you're doing good today. Okay, I think we investigated everything there is in here. What was one of the other places? The castle? The castle, Nagito's room. What else? Break time so I can chat for a while. Oh, I hope you're enjoying your break. Thanks for popping in. Oh, I feel like there was somewhere else. Oh, the military base was one of them, wasn't it? I think that might have been it. Kazuichi. You're demolishing an apple. That does sound good. I love apples. Are you a green apple or yellow apple or red apple kind of person? Whenever I was a kid, I loved yellow apples the most. But now I prefer red apples, I think. But they're all good. I will eat all of them. You like Granny Smith? I really like Honey Crisp. So good. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth. Red apples. I got Cosmic Crisp today. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but sounds good. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? Possible that he thought they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said as much in his video message. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No. Is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Maybe. Maybe so. Could have been. We may never know. Nah, we'll figure it out. That's what it said on the label. Never had it ever either. It was extra juicy. Love it. Ooh, I love that for you. That sounds delicious. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed.
Whoa!
Oh, found it. What did you find? Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife? Wait, isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained that knife here.
All right.
So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. That's everyone, though. No, not me. Oh, excuse me. This is the first time I've been here. Yeah, he dead. We're really sad about it. That sounds fishy. The bombs were fake. This might be fake too. Hold on. But I'm not brave enough to check for myself. It's that dreadful helicopter. The one that executed Teru Teru. Doesn't have anything to do with the incident. I feel like we're not finding shit. Oops. I'm getting a damn fucking thing. Oh my god. Looking at this really makes me want to get home and play. Okay, wait. You told me what Tribe 9 is. Remind me again? I know that sounds familiar, but now I don't remember what it is. Looks like Cosmic Crisp is a relatively new apple variety. I've seen it a few times but never tried it. It seems like it was first publicly sold in 2019 as a crossbreed, mostly derived from Honeycrisp and Enterprise. Ooh, well, I love Honeycrisp, so hell. Guess I should give a Cosmic Crisp a try. Such a fun name, too. Oh, right. Okay, yes. There it is. I was like, I know that sounds so familiar. All right, that makes sense. How How much longer do you have of work? All right, let's go in. Oh, yep, one of them's missing.
Yo.
Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. See, I had wanted to look at that wall way before, and nobody let me. To all subjects, the password to guide everyone to the future is blah, 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 blah. The password to enter the ancient ruin, but the most important part is erased. Nagito was the only one who found out the password written here, and he apparently went inside, but now that he's dead, are we unable to get the password? I really do be trying to read it, even though it's like impossible. But I really do be trying, don't I? No, we should deal with that later. Right now, investigating the case comes first. You believe in me? I don't. It's 2 a.m. at the moment, and I'm hella tired. Oh, you got this. Just 4 more hours. You can do it, Azu. I believe in you. Got this, and then you can go home and rest and play. What was it called again? Hold on. I forgot already. Tribe 9. There it is. And go home and rest and play Tribe 9. You got this. You got this. Just hang in there a little bit longer. Before talking to Fuyuhiko, if I recall, you wanted to look around for Monokuma's last time you were here and got kicked out. Don't remember if there is one. Whoa. That's quite pretty. I don't see no Monokumas though. You got this, Azu. You got this. You're almost there. Is it like a lighting thing? That is such a pretty effect though, for real. Thank you, Azu. You know what? That is very much appreciated because I most certainly will be needing it. I don't see, at least from here, I don't see a Monokuma. Unless I'm crazy. I don't see one. This is so pretty though. You're making me think that there should be one here though, Neo, but I don't see one anywhere. Spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. The spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought, it looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. Might not be one, don't remember the locations. Just remembered you saying you wanted to look for one here, but got kicked out. Yes, I did. Doesn't look like it's here though, which is interesting. We're running out of places to look. Maybe I missed it already. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife, and it would have been easier too. Well, maybe Nagito had the knife, but the killer overpowered him. Like maybe Nagito had the knife, managed to like get it somehow and try to cut the rope, or managed to cut the rope, and then they grabbed the knife from him and stabbed his hand. I don't know. All right, Azu, thank you so much. Hope you have a good rest of your night. You got this. You got this. Thank you. Thank you. They could have just killed him with the knife and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with this unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose the spear for a reason. What could the reason be? All great questions. Feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. It's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. That line makes me think of the like SpongeBob quote where it's like, I smell a smell. A smelly smell that smells smelly. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. All right, let's go. Can I look at this again? Pause. Damn. I don't have a screenshot. I wanted to compare the things on the wall to the, like, crest or whatever that Sonia has. But I can't see the other two. But you can see that one anyway. I don't think that one's the right shape.
Well, yeah.
Trying to memorize what the other ones look like. You know what? Pause again. Just a moment, please. I'm taking a screenshot. Yes. You can't stop me. Screenshot! Make it real big, and I'm sitting that over here for now. That whenever I talk to Sonia next, I can take a lookie. Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we've talked. We've had this talk. Let's leave. Very sure. I just want to see something. If I'm wrong, then it won't be a problem, will it? You know? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just saying. The princess's castle would have her crest, wouldn't it? Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. In fact, I think I might go visit her right now. Real quick. I just want to see. Where was she? Factory? I think she was in the factory. For science! Hey, babe.
That is.
Doesn't have much details on it. If anything, it looks more like the bottom left one rather than the bottom or the top right one. The shape looks more like the bottom left one. That being said, I wonder what the other ones are, though. It does kind of look like the bottom left one, but not... It could also not be, though, you know? but it could also be. So, interesting. I won't say it's definitive evidence. I won't say it's not potentially supporting evidence though either. You know? Could be, could be. Okay, let's go to Nagito's room. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna teleport because ain't nobody got time to walk all the way there. All right. Is my girl Chiaki here? Is she like, maybe she's like outside his room because I doubt it'll let me go into the lobby right now. Yep, there she is. Oh, and with Monokuma even. Hey, what's up?
Hajime. What's this?
Oh my, you want to go inside Nagito's room too?
What are you gonna do?
I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do, or she begged me to do while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that. Then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up, excuse me, and unlock the damn door.
Fine.
Guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then. Loose.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
See? I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open like with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey.
I don't know, maybe. More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is open. Yeah, you're right. Everything's sus. Everything is so sus. Oh, Monokuma is in there. Oh, look at that. Look at that pretty box. So Nagito is living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. I like that he's got a little fridge. In the tub.
No.
No. I have so many fucking coins. It's kind of insane. Oh, he's got a little mini fridge. Look at him all set up. There's a refrigerator.
Huh?
Nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? Just realized 4 chapters have you going into the victim's room as part of the investigation. Only didn't check out Mekamaru's room as part of the funhouse one. Yeah, that's true. As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. Oh, nice. There really isn't much inside, except that one thing. That one very prominent thing that is very eye-catching and curious. Monokuma's special poison for poisoning use only. The only thing inside the fridge was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like he stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein. Can you guys not read the fucking label? What do you mean protein powder? You ding dong. I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death? Hey, this is...
See?
Yeah, looks like it's poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm going to get nervous. Wow, that's a lot of words back there. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air, and it breaks down in minutes, and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. All right. I guess that confirms it must be a thing that is labeled differently in the Japanese version, presumably in Japanese, since Hajime canonically does not read English. I guess so. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this? That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh?
See?
Looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Could he have accidentally tripped? Ultimate lucky student and all that. But what if his grand plan was to poison everyone or poison someone, and the trip was indeed a lucky trip? Another trap?
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using the poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on this island? The hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Maybe. Who's to say? Check out his bed. The bed that comes with the cottages. It looks like just the one in my room, but
Hey, hey.
maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like corn. Well, we should still check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and something there. It's a plastic oh my god, I can't talk. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. Ah! What is this? Looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for?
Hajime.
Was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag and... There's a small piece of paper on the floor. Piece of paper made of blue aluminum? Those gloves and gas mask look so odd. That's like way too realistic. Looks like an actual picture rather than a drawing. And this art style. Like that one photo all over again. That was like the murder syndrome. Like real death or whatever that it was based on. A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? Similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait. Time out.
Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. Interesting. I don't think I did the shelf, did I? There's a lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to books, there's a bunch of random crap stuffed onto the shelf. Might take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through all that stuff.
Hey, hey.
Let's just leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. Should I actually go in there? Okay. Alright, I think that's everything except for this box here. This sparkly pink box. I know, why mayo specifically? Fancy looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. I forgot about that. That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside. Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children, and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1. I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2. Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this? A diary? Looks like it. Did Monami write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, Day 4, Day 5. Page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Oh? Huh?
Hey, hey.
Hajime, did something happen? It is crazy that the bathroom is has a glass wall. Oh, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook. Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I forgive you.
Phew! I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Geez, that was close. If I had come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito is the thief?
No.
Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
Hey, that notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right. This is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere. Monami, it's not good to lie, you know? Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Geez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B. No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands. See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way too. At least Monokuma looks like he has thumbs, maybe. You know, he could like fit, like, I shouldn't say that, not that. He could, I don't know how to reword what I wanted to say. At least Monokuma has thumb things on his paws. Tommy's hands are just completely smooth. Exactly, exactly. Yes. Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey, hey!
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me. Oh, the sibling drama.
What are you saying?
What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. Looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye!
Excuse me. Hold on. Damn it, she's totally ran away again. Same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better if I didn't ask her. Maybe she's like the Powerpuff Girls, some kind of weird telekinesis or something. Pretty sure they even pointed out that that's not an art style thing and they straight up didn't have fingers a few times. Maybe. Maybe. That's a great idea. Well, whatever. Yeah. Theory, whatever. It might be better that I didn't ask her. Interesting. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first. Oh, am I missing something? Is there more in the treasure box? Notebook doesn't matter right now. What am I missing in here? Oh, window? Hi, Cinder. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. The basic layout is just like my cottage. There's nothing that catches his eye. What the hell am I missing here? Is there more on the bookshelf? Oh, the genres and types of items are also random. I can't make any sense out of them whatsoever.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it, though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here. I got you, Chiaki. I got you. Yeah, bookshelf has to be last for a reason, so Chiaki was like, that'll take long. Oh, right, she did say that, I guess. Okay, sure. Gotcha. Well, that might be true, but... So, I'll leave this shelf to you. All right, girl. I'll see you later, queen. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sighed and walked toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, they were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Oh, it's this. Huh? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal. Oh, no. Okay, I guess the thing on her, oops. That that Sonia's wearing is just the Hope's Peak crest. Hold on. I didn't mean to click that first time. It's a school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Okay, that makes sense. Does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. Okay. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information, except he lied. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but... Oh. I'm awake. Is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? Are we gonna get cut off right before we can read it? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. Has information on you too? Oh? Maybe I'll finally find out all your secrets, Az. I hope you're scared. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? Oh. Ooh. This'll be a great thumbnail. As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too? Turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? Why am I here with all the other ultimates? Why indeed?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. Profiles of everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file. Never mind. This is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail, besties. As I might ask you to send me this picture later so I don't spoil myself in the wiki trying to find it. This is it. This is the thumbnail for sure. Look how cute she looks. Yeah, this current picture with both of them. Can you get it for me? She looks so cute. Does this game have the hide UI button? Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it probably does. But I know you can get these on the wiki because I've done it for Danganronpa 1. But yeah. Oh, this is the one. That's the fucking thumb. Look how cute she is. Look at the little like curve of her mouth. She's, I love her so much. Oh my God. I'm literally obsessed with her.
You're right. My profile is really in here.
It is, yes.
But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
If she is an AI though, it'd be weird for her to be in the book. You know what I mean? So, something to think about.
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Like enrolled? Or what does she mean by that?
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but
The file. His name isn't in there, right?
I think what they're saying is yes. From before the school year. Okay, do we know like what grade they are? You know? Are they first years? Are they supposed to be first years? Post Peak only takes current high schoolers and has a scouting program. Could be the profile from when they were being scouted. Oh, okay. Like, and then maybe like before the term started, it sounds like. Interesting. Doesn't have any new info, or doesn't have any new info besides about the other people. But what do you mean other people?
There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing. Right?
I wonder why. It's almost like he's another person. Oh, like just the rest of the student body, you mean? Okay. Yeah, very interesting.
What are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
Oh, Byakuya? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Or even the other of your current people? What do you mean, current people?
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
From this game? Oh, you mean like... I guess like everyone except Hajime knows everything from before their first day. So nothing in here would be a surprise to the person who reads their own. But it's info you don't know. Oh, gotcha. Okay, okay. Oh.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you think he might be... Or perhaps based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No. It's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? Sorry, I'm thinking. For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but... You know, if we also think about, like, let's say Byakuya and Makoto, like, teamed up to create this trap for Junko, right? If there's anyone who would be able to, like, fund that, it would definitely be fucking Byakuya, you know? His whole thing is that he's fucking rich. So... that definitely, corroborates it a little bit, right? Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life, it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled up.
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. that Byakuya. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. You know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? I don't know, you're confusing me, Monokuma. Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Ultimate imposter! Ooh! And suddenly, yeah. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter. Who dis? I wonder. Imagine if they'd done a third version of the CG with Hajime looking shocked, Chiaki concentrating, and Monokuma just there too, like, oh my god, that would be amazing. I wish they had him just like peeking over their shoulders. Over their heads, maybe. That's that Byakuya's true identity. True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all. That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so... oh my god. Is that... Chiaki. Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
so cool.
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. What the fuck? Then he was lying to us the whole time?
But still.
But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
Because that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. Chiaki, are you trying to say something right now? In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. The hell? Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
Right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Well, when you say that, it makes me not want to believe you. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? Cannot talk to the others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No.
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud? But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Maybe.
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
correct.
Wouldn't it be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right? That's an interesting perspective. Chiaki will always look at things through the lens of a gamer, Mahiru through the lens of photography, Byakuya through the lens of an imposter. But Hajime, he's just some dude, so his perspective is unbound. That's true. It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey,
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. Hope's Peak Academy file. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You've wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Sure about this?
Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait. Excuse me for a moment. Well, at least we got to talk about it. I thought we were going to open the book and it was going to be like, nope. That chime just now?
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right? That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time.
True that.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense now.
we will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock.
Would it not have
I'll
let
see
me in the
you
room right
soon.
away if I went there earlier before the other places? I just wonder. The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial.
yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
Still,
But I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
well,
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. Class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. Still can't see who killed Nagito.
still,
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Yeah, it's gonna be just fine. Totally fine. Okay. Why are you screwed? Because we don't have Nagito to save us anymore. To push us in the right direction, to ask the right questions. He always had our back in the weirdest way, you know? God, this game
Damn
always
right.
depresses me seeing, like, how few people are left. Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed. So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. The fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? Stop being creepy, mon ami. That feeling of wanting to leave this island. Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
She is. If she had a fist, I imagine they'd be curled, right? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way. Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you up.
Damn right. Stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized, after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looked so determined.
Ooh.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes?
Ah.
Or is she all pissed? Oh my god. Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Aw, fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand what Monami is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going. To the last class trial. You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Here it comes. This is the end. Kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. Wow, it's really shaking. Gosh, this is sad. This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Yeah, that's gotta be so eerie when there's so few of us too, to know that one of us had to have done this. This is so, like, tense. Imagine if instead of just disappearing to show up at the trial on her own, Usami had decided to ride the elevator with you, show up in the corner or something. That would be kind of cute, actually. Not many people left at all. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who've survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then, the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us, is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Oh. This is a different atmosphere. Well then, now that that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up.
Enough. Just fucking start this already.
Hey.
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
It sure is. So, sorry, excuse me. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right.
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end. Okay, dummy. Let's get this trial started.
Killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. Okay. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. Stop! This is hurting my feelings. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable, and I hated it. And I hated it so much. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. Damn, almost a full page. That's why we absolutely have to find him. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Yes, please! Alright, and since we are at 2 hours, honestly, I think we might just stop here, and start the trial next time, since we'll only have 30 minutes to really get into it. We certainly won't get that far. So I think I'm just going to cut off here. I do want to check. I don't think I have any extra skills. I forgot to look if there was any like points I wanted to spend, which is a bit unfortunate. I think we're too late now. Yeah. Anyways, would be hilarious if the Devas had their own mini panels on Gundam's panel. That would be cute, man. That would be adorable, actually. But okay, yeah, I think we're going to wrap up here and we will start the final trial next week. But yeah, we got some interesting information today and I got some new kind of thoughts on my theory. But I guess we're just gonna have to see how everything plays out. I'm still going to stick to my Sonya theory and also that Sonya committed the murder and tortured Nagito for information. But we'll just have to see what we find out. So yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting one, I feel. I'm super excited for this trial and a little bit nervous, but I think we got it. I think we can do it. So yeah, we're gonna start it next week. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to do the whole trial in one stream, since we'll be starting it right at the beginning. Maybe not. We'll just see how it plays out. I assume it's probably going to be, I don't know, a relatively long one and have a lot of story probably afterward with everything. So we'll see how it all plays out. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it from me today, you guys. As a reminder, I'll post it with like my schedule obviously on Sunday as well. But yeah, I'm not going to be streaming on Monday. I will be back on Tuesday though. And then, like I said, it's looking like I will be doing a collab on Friday playing Repo. So hope you guys are able to join for that. Like I said, I'll keep you all updated with my schedule and everything. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it from me tonight. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, a good Friday tomorrow, and a good weekend. And I'll see y'all next week with some more super fun streams. But until then, y'all know the drill. Make sure to hydrate, make sure to eat something if you haven't already, and make sure to do something that'll make you smile before bed. All right, you guys? And I'll see you very, very soon in the next one. Bye-bye. Good night.